Hey, welcome to Ball Talk, ATJ's on Unhinged Sports Podcast. I'm AJ.
I'm TJ.
Just to let you guys know, this is our third time trying to make this podcast, man. This is the first time we're doing this, and Zoom has had some technical difficulties that we've had to figure out. That's been really stressful.
But you see, we're two natural born winners, and we don't ever take a loss as an excuse. We're gonna get
So, we're right back to the grind of filming the exact same content we've been talking about for the 2 hours for the third time in a row now. Now, the main purpose of this podcast is to talk about the NFL draft, but unfortunately, I am a New York Knicks fan. The New York Knicks lost game 3 last night in heartbreaking fashion when we were down by 18 points at one time. Came back to have the lead with 30 seconds left, still to lose the basketball game. Knicks, as a Knicks fan, it's time to start the realization that we may not be able to win an NBA championship with current, now past Jalen Brunson. With Jalen Brunson right now, he's clearly regressing as a basketball player. You can tell his athleticism is not quite the same. It's a lot tougher for him to get to where he needs it. Part of that's because we've run him in the ground for 4 years. So that is what it is. He obviously doesn't look right this series. He's still not. I don't want to make it seem like he's playing awful basketball. Like he's still putting up like 26 points and like on good shooting numbers. He's shooting like 48%. So like that is what it is. It's just for the New York Knicks, especially if we find a way to lose this series to the Atlanta Hawks, but I still think we should win. Um, we have to press the Giannis button. I don't think Jalen Brunson can be the best player on this basketball team and be fully successful. I think he's got us to an Eastern. Again, this is just how fans of sports teams are. Like you have to win a championship or it feels like success. But before Jalen Brunson got to the Knicks, we were awful, and he took us to the Eastern Conference Finals. So regardless of what happens, Jalen Brunson is one of my favorite players of all time. Regardless. Okay. Obviously, I will critique him because his defense is still terrible. But like the Giannis button allows us for him not to get doubled and for Giannis to get doubled, which creates way better looks for Jalen Brunson and has him more room where he can ISO and take way tougher shots because the shots he has to take to make for the next 3 years to ask him to continue to make the shots that he already has to make now, it's not realistic. It's not, especially with his athleticism already failing. Like you like to say, his ankle injuries always happen, especially around this time. So
Yeah.
like,
I've
yeah,
been saying, I said a couple months ago that Jalen Brunson, I did not believe that the Knicks would get about. We said you try to say 3 years prime. I'd say I think there's not much time left in his prime simply because of his physicality, and I
yeah.
didn't expect it because he was fine throughout the regular season. I didn't expect it to show in like at the end of the games. Like it's just that's how it's been. The fourth quarter, he's obviously still Jalen Brunson. Like he's gonna make some clutch shots for you, but the issue hasn't been his shooting. The issue has been him getting to a spot on the floor. And I haven't watched enough of the game to say that he can't do it, but at the end of the games, that has been the issue. It hasn't been him missing a shot. It has been not him not being able to get to a spot where he can get a shot off. And that's not like him.
The problem isn't getting to his like late game. It is because we've been playing in 40 minutes and literally running it into the dirt. So like late game situation, it is. Like the problem is how much effort
Yes.
because again, like he's 6'2", he's not very athletic. He's like and he's stronger than most of the people that guard him, but like the effort it takes him to get to his spot and make the shot, and then while he's continuously getting hunted play after play after play when he's playing defense, it exerts so much energy from him, and it's what we've been asking him to do for the past 4 years
Right.
because he's the only guy on our team that can dribble. When we had Julius Randle, that was a little different because Julius Randle did have the ball in his hands a certain amount. So, like, Julius Randle's a better attacker of the rim when he has the ball in his hands and when Julius Randle decides to be. Like, when Julius Randle plays like he should, but a report just came out. The first two times we seen this report was not out. The report was that Bridges was spotted crying in the Mikal Bridges was spotted crying in the locker room last night. I'd cry too if I had to play for the New York media and I traded 5 first round picks to get you and you put up this many points. I'd cry too. I this Is someone supposed to think that I should feel bad for him because he scored 0 points? Oh no, I'm crying. You we traded 5 first round picks for you. We benched you. You got benched. You know, like now in the NBA, I'm not the biggest, like, especially from the Knicks standpoint. First round picks to me don't matter. We've never been good with drafting our first round picks. One, okay, we've been terrible with that. And two, we're taking it like pick 23. Like have him for a Giannis. No, 5 for Mikal Bridges though. At the time, Mikal Bridges was a lot better basketball player than he is right now. He was averaging like 18 points, like on much better shooting, and he was a much better defender. He's lost this year. Defending has been his worst defending season he's had, probably. Which I part of it, I think the problem is because he's played his last 650-ish basketball games. So he's probably running out of a lot of steam because he's playing 30 minutes a night for the past 7 years and hasn't missed a day off. So
Right.
that could have something to do with it. Mike Brown, just we're me and TJ are questioning the Atlanta Hawks for even calling a timeout in the first place because calling a timeout allows them to get Jalen Brunson off the floor. They took Jalen Brunson off the floor and still scored on us. One.
In literally less than 3 seconds, they caught the ball, set a screen, ran around the screen, and shot a fade away.
And they did it by the same pin downs. CJ McCollum getting to the ball, working to a mid-range shot, shooting over the six. Jalen Brunson is not as good as a defender as Deuce, but Deuce can only Deuce. Deuce did everything he possibly could in that shot to contest it to the best of his availability. He's 6'2".
Right.
CJ McCollum is averaging 27 points in this series. Why are our two defenders of Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby, who are lengthy as hell, not guarding the guy that it's not like CJ McCollum's been shooting wide open shoot arounds. Like he's been making tough jumpers where the two people that are guarding him can't get a hand up high enough for it to matter. If he tries to shoot over Mikal Bridges, it's not happening. That's why I don't like Mikal Bridges has his offensive problems. He's a good defender.
Right.
That is the only thing I'll give him credit for that he's done since he's came to the Knicks. Is we seen what he did to Tatum and Jaylen Brown last year. Like we completely shut those two water off. This OG Anunoby has been putting Jalen Johnson in a blanket. There's nothing Jalen Johnson can do unless OG Anunoby's helping somewhere because on our defense, he has to be the Superman and do everything for us because we carry two terrible defenders, Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns. So he has to do a lot of it. With Karl-Anthony Towns, I just have a real problem with when Jalen Brunson comes off the floor, how he consistently is not in the post asking for the ball, and instead he's at the 3-point line like he thinks he can dribble to the basket or dribble by someone. That's not his skill set. He's good at shooting the ball. He's not good at dribbling the ball. That's not what he's there for. So stop catching the ball at the 3-point line. They're not going to let you shoot the ball at the 3. You're one of the best big man shooters we've ever seen, if not the best. Stop catching the ball at the 3-point line. Get your big ass in the post and put a move on somebody, especially when they have Nickeil Alexander-Walker guarding you, who's a guard. You have 60 to 70 pounds on him. Put a shoulder on him and lay it up. It's not this like, and our bench has been terrible. Like,
Right. And that's where
Landry,
I've said earlier, I'm just like, you guys need a coach that's in between Mike Brown and in between Tibbs because Mike Brown showed the changes you needed early on in the year and throughout the entire year. But now it comes playoff time, he's changing the philosophy, and it's hurting you guys now because Brunson is playing for one more minutes than he did in the regular season, and two, your bench is just non-existent. Like you don't have any production, and as like your bench is already not good enough, but you have as a coach, you have to be able to put them in situations where they can succeed to the best of their abilities. Like you need somebody else off the bench that can at least try and go score the basketball as a point guard. You can't have Brunson out there 40 minutes, 21 out of 24 minutes at the end of the game.
now Alvarado played good yesterday. The first two games he was abysmal. Abysmal basketball. Kolek doesn't play anymore, which I understand. He turns the ball over a lot. He's insufficient on defense because he's not big enough. Like he has his problems. I get why Mo Diawara just stopped playing basketball makes no sense. He's a good defender. He's one of the better shooters on our team statistically this season. He was scoring, giving us like 9 points in like 4 minutes of bat. It makes no sense to me that our rookie second rounder is not getting action. They say now Jordan Clarkson has played really well. They said they kicked him out the rotation for Jordan Clarkson because Jordan Clarkson's a vet. But like Jordan Clarkson hasn't played much playoff basketball games. He's been stashed away in Utah doing nothing. And he started with the Lakers, where that team was terrible when they had like Julius Randle, Brandon Ingram, and Lonzo Ball. That team was god awful. So like he hasn't seen any sort of winning basketball for him in his playoff experience. He doesn't have any.
Right.
Deuce McBride struggled the first two games, played really good basketball yesterday off the bench. Mitchell Robinson is really good for us and can be if we slow the pace down. If the Atlanta Hawks played like they did yesterday, he's not usable. He can't keep up with that speed. It takes him completely out the game if you run as fast as the Atlanta Hawks are trying to make us move. Because
Yeah.
Mitchell Robinson can't like he can't his body as big as he is cannot physically keep moving at that pace up and down, which makes him unplayable. And so because a lot of people have been getting on Mike Brown for not playing the double big lineup, which I thought we'd see a lot of. When the Atlanta Hawks are playing like this, you don't have a choice. You know,
Nope,
like
not with that. Especially when they can't. The only type of offense you can provide with them is off a pick and roll. And Brunson is like obviously everybody can do it, but that's not what he's best at. He doesn't want to play pick and roll offense at all.
no.
So it's just not yeah.
Like I the problem with Brunson is where the Knicks are at right now. If we lose to the Atlanta Hawks, as changes are going to be made. We're the New York Knicks. We're one of the most talked about teams. Like you're in New York, you have the team that we have assembled. Mike Brown's getting fired. People are getting traded. Especially if we lose the Boston Celtics, people might get some leeway because it's the Boston Celtics. Like they're not terrible. The Atlanta Hawks are terrible. I don't care how good they're playing now. They're not that good of a basketball team roster wise. The Atlanta Hawks didn't believe they'd be here right now.
Right.
So like now the problem with Jalen Brunson is like we're saying he's falling off. There's not many there's two players that are going to be available this offseason that are better than him. Um that's Kawhi Leonard that will be available, but like, how much is he gonna cost, and how much do you really want to give up for a player as old as he is? And then Giannis Antetokounmpo, who I would give the world up for. I would
Right.
give everyone not named Jalen Brunson and ship them all there. I'd ship them all. The only problem I have with Giannis Antetokounmpo is Mitchell Robinson is a free agent. If we do bring Mitchell Robinson back and we put him and Giannis Antetokounmpo on the court at the same time, I don't know what we're getting out of the two of them shooting wise. But Giannis is going to attract double teams, be a much better defender than if we keep OG Anunoby with Giannis Antetokounmpo. No one's scoring the ball. It's the paint is not giving up any cut. It's not happening. You can
Mm,
hunt Jalen Brunson as much as you want. Giannis he's so quick and agile and athletic and long that it doesn't matter how you want to attack him because Giannis isn't going to let it happen. So that's
yeah.
one. Two, on the offensive end, you cannot continue to double team Jalen Brunson with Giannis Antetokounmpo on the team. You can't do it. You're going to have to double team Giannis, and then that leaves Jalen Brunson with either an open shot, which if someone lets Jalen Brunson shoot open shooting around, they need to be fired. Okay. Like,
The thing with you guys right now is like you guys want to slow the pace down on offense. That's
yes.
what your guys' defense so well. Well, the issue is the Hawks are using it against you guys. And while Jalen Brunson is not attacking within the first 12 minutes of the shot clock, as soon as that clock hits 10 and he calls for that screen, they are running at him. And
Yes.
now you guys are scrambling on offense. You guys can't set up your offense. So like the only thing you guys can do to get out of it is push the pace, which is exactly what they want you guys to do, which makes you guys put you guys in an awful
Like
position. You can't do anything.
the like uh, it's so frustrating to watch because there's a few changes. They literally requires a few one, stop turning the ball over.
Mm,
That's our biggest problem when Jalen Brunson's not on the floor, and it's why we can't like people Knicks fans that want him traded. Who's dribbling the ball for us if we trade Jalen Brunson? I don't think they watch what happens when Jalen Brunson's not on the court. It's literally just people just sitting around like Karl Anthony Towns trying to get the ball at 3 point line but can't get it to him because he doesn't know how to box people out to get the ball in his hands. And
yeah.
for the people that say we don't get Karl Anthony Towns the ball enough, Karl Anthony Towns doesn't want the ball enough. I don't know if you watch what he's doing the entire offense possession. He's just sitting there watching the entire time. He's not moving. He's not posting up to get the ball in the post. He just runs to the 3-point line, sets a screen sometimes, expecting a pick and roll three, which obviously they're not going to leave Karl Anthony Towns wide open. So I don't
Yeah.
know what he's expecting out of that. Like, uh, there's Josh Hart also. Like, I'm not expecting you to make shots at the end of the game if you're not making shots the entire game. I'm expecting you to make shots at some point in the game. Like, make a shot. They're leaving you wide open. Like, and Mikal Bridges, obviously, we talked about it, 0 points. That can happen. I don't think I've ever seen someone that traded 5 first round picks for a player have no points in a playoff game. And we talked about this on the last podcast trying to film Zoom and technical difficulties. If the New York Knicks still had Dante DiVincenzo right now instead of Mikal Bridges, we'd be an infinitely better basketball team.
Yep.
And
It's
we
all
gave
the
up 5 first round picks for one guy and we let the other guy walk.
Yep.
It doesn't make any sense to me at all.
So dumb.
So
So dumb.
there's a lot we have to figure. Like the one next game, Mikal Bridges, I will not be mad at if he's starting the game. He has like a 5 to 4 minute leash to figure out if you're playing basketball or not, or if we're putting your ass on the bench. Like,
Mhm.
because the way Deuce McBride played to finish the game yesterday, Deuce McBride's gonna earn himself more minutes, as he should. Um, my problem is though, like Mo Diawara could help us in this series so much with the way he defends because of how lengthy he is. Like he's not as built physically as OG Anunoby is, but he's as lengthy as him and has almost the same defensive instincts. So like he could help us out coming off the bench and playing defense. Because the biggest problem with the bench rotation, one, shooting, two, they're giving up easy buckets because they have Jordan Clarkson on the floor and Karl Anthony Towns.
Right.
So like I think he'd help us a lot, and you have to put Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby on CJ McCollum. You cannot continue to let him shoot over us. It's a problem that we're going to continue to have. I
Yep.
think we should still win the series. Game 4 is on Saturday. That's a must-win game. But that's about as much as I have for that basketball team right now. The way we're playing, and last message to them: if you're not pissed off right now, like Mikal Bridges is crying, that doesn't make me feel any better. Like Jalen Brunson was getting talked to by the media yesterday and today, and he's refusing to answer questions about what the hell is going on. So I know he's pissed off. That's the only person I can count on to give me 100% effort all the time and give me because he likes winning. Okay. Everywhere he's been, he hasn't won an NBA championship in the NBA, but he's won a lot of basketball games. Everywhere he comes to, he impacts winning on some of the highest levels. In high school, did nothing but win. Villanova, he won 2 championships. He went to the Mavericks. He made the Western Conference Finals. He's with the Knicks right now. He made the Eastern Conference Finals. The guy wins. So that's not a problem I have with him. Problem I have is with Karl Anthony Towns, with Josh Hart, and with Mikal Bridges. They need to figure it the hell out. OG Anunoby, you played an amazing game 3. If you continue to play like that, I love you more than you could possibly imagine. I think what you do on the basketball court does not get recognized enough for how sometimes you disappear offensively, but defensively, I really don't care because you're that good on that end of the ball. Now, moving on from that embarrassing basketball team. There's another embarrassing basketball team that's been playing the past couple nights, and this isn't really so much what I want to discredit the team. It's more of a player I want to talk about because a lot of people, are putting this guy in conversations that it's shown now he just doesn't simply belong in. They said top 10 player of all time, top 3 center of all time, best player in the world. In 2022, better than Joel Embiid. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. Um, we're talking about Nikola Jokic. You are not allowed. And I seen Denver Nuggets fans saying this. So Denver Nuggets are slowly starting to turn on him. So he might have to figure it out. So you are not allowed to show up to All-Star games and be the most disinterested person there. Seem like you're not caring about anything that's going on all the time. And just think that you can play this terrible brand of basketball when it comes to the playoffs and just skate away with it. He is one of the biggest stars we have in the NBA, especially because he's foreign. He talks about the game of basketball like he doesn't care. So that's my biggest problem with him. I'm not saying you have to love the game, but you're one of our biggest stars. Like, acknowledge it. Like, the NBA, like, I love the NBA. You are one of the biggest stars in the NBA. Like, act like you love the game.
More
Um,
likely to kill you than a shark, and more
Now, him as a defender, so some people just for some reason try and make it seem like he plays defense. That's not true. He's one of the worst paint players I've seen. Defends the rim with this much. Doesn't do it. All he does is he'll step in and try and take a bullshit charge, or he'll give you a little half-ass swipe where he makes it seem like he's trying to play defense. He's not. The Denver Nuggets scored 39 points at halftime yesterday, people. Um, they scored the Minnesota Timberwolves scored more points in the paint than the Denver Nuggets scored in the entire first half. In one half, and you know what that is? That's strictly targeting Nikola Jokic. Now, Aaron Gordon didn't play. So, Aaron Gordon, as I said in one of my clips, fills a lot of holes for this team that he makes a lot of this stuff with Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray kind of disappear because of how good he is on the defensive end. But Nikola Jokic for his playoff career, outs 2023 is an outlier year. He won the NBA championship. He was really good that year. Outside of that, he has a +1 offensive rating for his basketball team. Jamal Murray's is a 6. So, Jokic is at a +1. If we think of other superstars in the league, I don't want to say Wemby because he only had one game sample size, but his one that he looked incredible his one game. It is worse than just a few names I pulled up. Cade Cunningham, SGA, Jalen Brunson, Joel Embiid, Paolo Banchero. Like, those are just a few names that popped up that I could look at. I'm interested to go look into more bigs. I'm guessing it's probably lower than Scotty Barnes at this point too, with the way Scotty Barnes has been playing. Um, his passing leading to open baskets at the rim. His effective passing leading to baskets at the rim drops in half from his regular season stats to when he gets in the playoffs. On top of that, what have I been the thing I've been saying the answer to stop Nikola Jokic is the entire time he's been playing in the NBA, and I've been hating on him, is you make him go over his left shoulder and you make him shoot the three ball. Rudy Gobert has done those two things. And Nikola Jokic has no answer right now. He's refusing to go to his left shoulder, which Rudy Gobert is daring him to do. He's not doing it. And he's daring him to shoot, which Nikola Jokic is actually shooting, which is part of the problem. Because since he's come back from his knee injury, he's been shooting like below 30% from the three-point line. Like, it's been really bad. And his three-point shooting in the playoffs is like 30, like low 30%, like 31, 32%.
5 for 25, which is below 20%. 5 for
It's
24.
terrible.
It's a little above 20%, but it's not good.
Now again, in the regular season, I think Nikola Jokic is a great basketball player. He still doesn't defend the rim, but offensively, but to put him in these conversations of like the Shaquille O'Neals of the world and the Will Chamberlains of the world and people that they think Nikola Jokic is better than is ridiculous. Now, is he a great rebounder? Yes. But if you have to tell me that your best trait on defense is rebounding the ball after somebody has already missed the shot, what are you doing to cause people to actually miss the shot? Nothing. He doesn't do anything that causes them to miss the shot. Out of all the players I just named and all the stars you can think of in the world, Nikola Jokic plays more with his starting five than any other player in the league. So his best 4 players on his team, he plays with more than anyone in the league, which I just thought that was interesting. And I just cannot believe in a series that has Anthony Edwards, Julius Randle, Jamal Murray, and Nikola Jokic, Rudy Gobert has far and away been the best player on the floor. Now, you can look at Jokic's PRA numbers and be like, oh, well, he's got, 27 points and 15 rebounds, and he's got like 8 assists. I don't give a damn. If you watch the basketball games, his PRA doesn't matter when he's getting his ass kicked by Rudy Gobert. I'm watching Rudy Gobert Euro steps and doing left hand over the top shots. It's getting real scary. If you're letting Rudy Gobert, I'm a big Rudy Gobert defender. Okay. Not a lot of people are. He's got a big hate club. I defend. I'm a big Rudy Gobert guy just strictly because I think his defense is incredible. I have never in my life seen Rudy Gobert step through people and get to the rim like he's doing with Nikola Jokic. It's
This dude hit
embarrassing.
a Euro step. This dude hit a Euro step a couple nights ago, and I lost my mind.
The fact we've gotten so low to the point where you can't guard Rudy Gobert, that's a whole new level low. And I don't think the Minnesota Timberwolves will keep shooting like this. And so I
Yeah,
like
it's a real simple fix for them. I mean, like I've said for the past three times on this Zoom, like if you tell Nikola Jokic, hey buddy, put your body into his body. He's going to foul you. He's going to get stops. He shot 11 free throws last time, so he clearly got fouled enough. You're going to get fouled. He's going to get stops. But if you attack him, it takes him away from everybody else on the floor, buddy. So you need to go in there and say, hey, here I am. I'm either going to put it up, you're going to foul me, or I'm going to pass to my teammate, which is what he's great at. Like if they just don't score 11 points in the first quarter the other night, they are in the basketball game. If Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic don't shoot 27% combined, they are in the basketball game. So like just go attack. It's really simple. They've done it to you. Take what they did and do it back to them. You guys shot 32 threes and made 8 of them. Like they had 31 team assists, you had 12. Go in and pass the ball.
um the Dallas Cowboys have just made a trade. We traded a fifth round pick for linebacker D Winners out of 49ers.
Yep.
I don't know too much about D Winters. He's a linebacker. Now, keep in mind that Jacob Rodriguez was also just drafted. So
Yes,
who
indeed.
I wanted today is not going to be wearing a Dallas Cowboy uniform. So that is really bad. But yeah, so also the Nuggets just need Aaron Gordon. I mean, I said it in my clip. Aaron Gordon is the biggest piece for the Nuggets, like shooting wise, because he's at this point he's been their best shooter because Jamal Murray's not playing well right now. So like Jamal Murray's also got to figure it out. Like Jokic has got to figure it out. But Aaron Gordon on defense, they cannot play basketball without him, and it's evident. Like so we've got all that out the way. Out of those two hideous performances that that those two NBA teams put on last night, both favorites by the way in that series, both down 2-1. Now we'll get to the NFL draft. I'm a Cowboys fan. TJ's an Eagles fan. But I just rambled on about Nikola Jokic for 30 minutes, so I'm going to let you have the floor about the draft and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, so obviously like everybody knew Fernando Mendoza would go number one. But as soon as his pick was done, there was some questionable, not questionable, because everybody you can't really mess up as a top 10 pick, but you can in some cases. And the Jets took David Bailey, which is fine, either Arvil Reese or David Bailey there. But then the Cardinals decided to take Jeremiah Love with the third overall pick, which yes, Jeremiah Love is that type of talent, but they have way bigger issues than drafting a running back at third overall. They have a putrid defense. They have a putrid line. They don't have a quarterback. They have a okay wide receiver one right now, which if there was another wide receiver one, he'd be fine. But just them taking Jeremiah Love is them declaring that they're going to tank again, clearly, because they know there's multiple quarterbacks coming next year. They could have traded back, and I don't know if they would have gotten him to trade it back, which is probably why they took him. But I don't know if I can agree. Sorry, I know for a fact I don't agree with that pick. But once again, Jeremiah Love will be fine in the league. He is great, so he'll make some production. Number 4 was Cardell Tate. I said I was on a long bus ride to Pennsylvania for a baseball trip. And Arvell Reese, or sorry, Cardell Tate was number 4, and I said that either Cardell Tate or Jordan Tyson was the right pick for them right there. They went with Cardell Tate, who I thought was smaller than what he is. He's 6'1", which is great size. He's got solid speed. He's got great route running and great feel for the game, so he should be fine with the Titans. As an Eagles fan, I was happy with both the Giants picks because I did not want the Giants to have Caleb Downs. However, they did get Arvell Reese, which I think will be in between what they need. They need an edge rusher right now, especially if they're trading Kayvon Thibodeau. They need an edge rusher right now. Instead, they got a guy who is more of like an outside linebacker, in my opinion. Whereas if you're going to want him to develop into an edge rusher, it's not going to be right away. And that's fine. They have a future ahead of them, so they're okay with developing guys, but they have to get that guy right. Pick six was traded from the Browns. As we were on this bus, Coach Sires is a Browns fan, and he was not happy at all. Um, I was I agree with him. I don't like them trading back, but
They did just drop Denzel Boston.
yeah, they did get two wide
Drop two wide
receivers.
receivers.
They did get two wide receivers, but they could have solved the wide receiver problem in one pick with Jordan Tyson. Instead, they trade back, which was I thought it was the right play there, but some why the Saints took Jordan Tyson at pick eight. Um, but the Chiefs got Mansour Delane. They continue to just rent corners for 4 years and then trade away them to get more picks. They've done it with Snead, and now they did it with Trent McDuffie, and now they have Mansour Delane. Um, Commanders fans on the bus were not happy. They wanted Caleb Downs at pick seven. They thought he was going to them. Instead, they take Sonny Styles, which is still not. It's still the right pick. They couldn't mess that up. They get to pick eight, like I said, Jordan Tyson. I don't agree with the pick for the Saints, but with Chris Olave's health and his concussion history, like I can see why they do it. There's also bigger holes, but he is the best available at the time, so I don't disagree with their pick. Now, this does mess up the Browns because now they have to pick O-line rather than Jordan Tyson. They pick Spencer Fano, which is fine. They need O-line help. And then the Giants' second pick was Francis. I don't know how to say his last name, but Samoan dude from Miami. Great pick for them, but I'm glad it was not Caleb Downs. However, the Miami Dolphins was my last hope to make sure Caleb Downs would not go to the Cowboys. Instead, they swapped and traded back with the Cowboys. And they got Caden. I still don't quite understand what the point of that was, but especially if they weren't going to draft Caleb Downs. What is the point? But they take Caden Proctor at 12. Cowboys get Caleb Downs. I know AJ's excited about that. And then the Rams pick was unbelievable to me. It felt like a slap in the face to the rest of the league
If
and their own team.
if you seen Sean McVay's reaction last night while he's doing his press conference about taking Ty Simpson, then you'd understand what we're talking about. And if
Yeah,
you watch Ty Simpson his last 6 games last year, it was terrible.
it's just unreal. You just drafted a 23-year-old quarterback who's going to sit the bench for 1 year at least, no matter what, probably 2 to 3. Like, and you have obviously the Rams are a great football team, but their holes are the reason they're not winning Super Bowls. Like their offense is great. They have Devontae Adams, who we don't know what his status is, health wise, mental wise, whatever. If he's
Yeah.
going to be with the team. So instead of drafting Makai Lemon, instead of drafting somebody that could help your offense and your O line and or your defense, because like I understand you just got Trent McDuffie, so you don't need much. But for you to take Ty Simpson at pick number 13 when he is a late first round to a second round talent, like it's just unbelievable. I could not imagine him going at pick 13. I heard the reports about how the owner, manager, general manager, whatever said, "Hey, buddy, if you enter the draft, you will be a first round pick." So, I mean, if I was Ty Simpson, I would be so excited with life. Being a backup quarterback in the league is the best job you could possibly have. So
And
now
go
you're
to the
paid,
Rams too.
yeah, like you're going to win football games, you're going to be on the bench, but you're going to win and you're going to sit behind a Hall of Famer.
Right.
So, but I just don't agree with the pick for the Rams. I understand why, but not at the time they did. You could trade back. I guarantee you nobody in this draft is picking him. So, in the first round. Moving on from that though, we got pick 14. The Ravens, they got a guard from Penn State. AJ is a Penn State fan, so he loves that guy. He's also great.
Really good football player.
It's the right pick for them for sure. I'm glad they did not take Kenyon Sadiq. I did not think he was going to make their team better than what they were. He is a great talent though, but he's not going to make the team better.
It's literally just replacing Isaiah Likely.
Yeah, quite literally. I thought also at pick 12 the Dolphins would take Ruben Bain as he is from Miami. Not from Miami, but played for Miami.
Right.
But he does stay in Florida. He went with the
Just
Buccaneers.
for the Dolphins, some things just make too much sense to do.
Yeah, I mean they really needed a lot of things. Makai Lemon was also a great pick for them at 12. Instead, they take Caden Proctor. I
Yeah.
mean, like who is Malik Willis going to throw the football to?
Malik Washington's their best wide receiver right now.
Yeah, so Lord knows what they're up to. Sadiq goes to the Jets. I hope his career does not go to waste there. Um, especially with how many tight ends they already have. But he should be fine. Lions get another tackle. They need it. Caleb Banks for the Vikings. At this point in the draft, I go, hold on, the Eagles are coming up, and I can feel a Mekhi Lemon pick going on. As you guys can see in the dark, that is a Mekhi Lemon jersey from USC. So I start manifesting it. And I know that the Panthers and the Steelers are teams to avoid because they could both potentially draft him. I checked my phone at pick 19 and it says that the Eagles have traded to the 20th pick, and I know exactly what that meant. We draft Mekhi Lemon. I'm excited about it. Obviously, everybody is saying that he is a replacement for AJ Brown. No, you cannot replace AJ Brown right away, but it is insurance saying that, hey, if we keep AJ Brown, it still makes his team better. When AJ Brown's contract expires and he walks away as a free agent, whatever. Instead, which is most likely to happen, is that AJ Brown gets traded, most likely to the Patriots. So regardless, we have to take best available there. We trade up with the Cowboys. Thank you, Jerry Jones, and thank you for not letting his career go to waste in Pittsburgh, because that is exactly what would happen.
Yep.
Uh,
Pittsburgh fans, I guess you have every right to despise us. I don't give a damn about you or your franchise. I actually hate you guys for a very long time. So if you're mad at me, I don't care. If you're mad at Cowboys fans, if you're mad at the Cowboys franchise, uh, I don't know what to tell you. Trade up. The Eagles offer us for our 2 4th-round picks. We'd be stupid not to make that deal, considering the fact the guy that we wanted to take wasn't going to be drafted until like pick 27. So yeah, it's not our fault that you gave us George Pickens and he turned out to be a stud because you don't know how to use wide receivers, and then you couldn't draft a good one that you weren't going to use right anyways. Who's throwing him the ball that matters?
yeah, so like I'm really, really, really glad we swooped in and took him from the Steelers for double the reasons. I could just go off names: Juju, George Pickens, Chase Claypool, Deontay Johnson, DK now. Like, there's no receivers that have succeeded in Pittsburgh. And I'm so glad that we took him. So that made me really happy. I feel bad for you Steelers fans because you guys have to suffer more. But like, I don't know who Max Ian Knocker is. I don't know who he is. He's from
He's
Arizona.
I believe that's the dude from Arizona State, right?
Yeah.
I
But
believe he's a talented dude, but they said he's like a raw type prospect. Like he's
yeah.
got talent.
So, moving on to the Chargers, they take Akeem Mesidor, which is a great pick for them from Miami. The Cowboys, like I said before in the previous two videos, I did not know who Malachi Lawrence was, but AJ has done his research and he likes the pick for them. The Browns, they took KC Concepcion. Like I said, Tyson was the right pick for them at sixth, and so they traded back. But they kind of got Jalen Tyson between two players, but it kind of is an issue for them, but at least they did fill the gap in wide receiver. They can develop. They have two options now. You can have the shifty guy, you can have the big guy, Denzel Boston. The Bears got Dylan Thieneman from Oregon, which is a great pick for them. They lost Jaquan Brisker, and Kevin Byard is still an old. He's probably 33. I don't know how old he is, but
Old dude.
that'll be a great addition for them. I love Kalen Rutledge from Georgia Tech for the Texans. They need a line bad. As you see in the playoffs, they sucked. The Dolphins picked Chris Johnson from San Diego State. Did not watch a lot of San Diego State football, but I did know the name, so that's a good pick for them.
Mm.
Pick 29, Peter Wood is going to be a beast for the Chiefs. He's also going to be with Chris Jones, so there's no reason he's going to succeed or not succeed. There's no reason he's not going to succeed there. Omar Cooper to the Jets. I like it for them because they have Garrett Wilson. Now they have a big guy, and they also have King and Sadiq as well. This will be a great landing spot for whatever quarterback not decides, but whatever quarterback they just decide for next year.
Right.
And Gino should be able to win about 5 or 6 games for them this year, offensively. I'm not going to highball it after that, but
Huh.
the Titans take Keldrick Folk at 31, and then Jadarian Price at 32 is a questionable pick for me from the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, you need a running back, but there's just no reason to just draft a running back at 32 there. I mean, you need to go get a corner, as you guys just let Terry Williams walk in free agency or a trade, whatever it was. Yes, you have
So,
Witherspoon, but you still need extra help back there.
right. So for Dallas, we just traded for D Winters. I'm looking into it right now. 49ers fans seem pretty pissed off. So I'm gonna take that as excitement for me that their fans asking if he's good. A lot of people are saying that he finished 36th last year in tackles, did not have a starting role until Fred Warner went down. So about half the season he was not starting on the football field. They said he's really good, especially when Fred Warner went down. They said he has injury problems. That doesn't make me excited, but they said
The
They
Cowboys
said,
special, man.
yeah, of course. Yeah, when they said when he's healthy, they really do believe he's one of the best middle linebackers. So I guess we have our new starting linebacker in Dallas. I'm guessing that means now that thank God we got a third crack at this now. So when I said that I wanted to trade up for linebacker, that's not happening anymore. So we got
Yep,
that figured out.
yep. Um, since we filmed this twice. So the second round did not start to this point, but since the second round is going on right now, we could talk about these picks. The 49ers, I questioned earlier. I'm like, I feel like there's better wide receivers than DeZon Stribling at this point. So I watched a lot of Ole Miss football as well. I can name the other two wide receivers they had. I did not know they had this guy.
Well, the Steelers just took Bernard from Bama,
Yep. So
and I
yep.
didn't think that guy was going in the second round.
So
But
the Steelers are continuing to mess up the draft as they normally do. Um, the Cardinals got their offensive lineman late, which is great for them. TJ Parker to the Bills is a great addition. Kaden McDonald is a great addition for the Texans. Colton Hood for the Giants.
I
Um,
I don't know what the Bills were getting in return yesterday, but they traded back like 3 times. So they
yeah.
must I think they have a boatload of picks coming up today at
Yep.
some point. What I do want to say, the Texans defense. I mean, this guy was thought about as possibly the first defensive tackle taken off the board today. I mean yesterday. And he just fell into their lap in the second round. So uh as if their defense needed any more help. It just got some. I don't think it needed any, but it got some.
Yeah.
When it comes to the first round yesterday, um, wow. The Jets just took D'Angelo Ponce.
Yeah, it's unreal.
All right.
It's unreal.
Wow. Okay. Um, I think Jeremiah Love's going to be a great football player. I don't think running back is where you go with the third pick unless you're like the Giants and you have a Saquon up there. They took him second, I believe. Like Saquon was a different caliber. Dude was the most unreal football player I've seen as a Penn State fan, so I may be a little biased, but you see him in the NFL now, he's ridiculous. I think them taking Jeremiah Love right there just pretty much said, hey, we're not winning games this year. Dante Moore and Arch Manning, whoever plays the best football is going to be an Arizona Cardinal. I think that's pretty much what they're saying.
Who is left there to play quarterback? Is it still
It's
Brissett?
Brissett still. They still got Jacoby. Hey, bro, he didn't play terrible last year.
Nope.
Um,
This going on right now. Like we said, Boston to the Browns. Um, Chiefs got another edge threat. Cassius Howe just went to the Bengals. That should be great for them.
damn.
Jacob,
So
Jacob,
they just built the D line in a span of like 36 hours with
yeah,
Hal and Dexter Lawrence.
yeah,
So losing Hendrickson, good move on the
yeah.
just
Jacob Rodriguez went to the Dolphins. I wish he went somewhere better. Yeah, wish he went somewhere better, but I'm glad he's not a Cowboy, so it's
again,
whatever.
who's catching the ball from Malik Willis is we still
Nobody.
haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah, nobody. Clearly,
My
Jacob Wilson in practice.
my thing is right is AJ Brown now considering the fact that the Patriots coach is obviously fondling with the reporter that has been talking about AJ Brown, so we know AJ Brown's going to be a Patriot by June 1st. My question is, there's a lot of other teams out there right now that could use an AJ Brown. Like who do
Which
the Ravens
which
have
is
to catch the
which is
ball?
great, which is great news as an Eagles fan because that means if there's multiple teams trying to come and get them, we're going to get more. So that's music to my ears that these teams are messing up the draft this bad. Especially
Like
with the wide receiver talent just continuing to drop. I
the
mean,
the, the Ravens don't have anyone. Devontae Adams is going to be on the trade block. Miami has absolutely
oh
nobody.
my God, please,
Like, and Miami would give up some stupid.
please
Like
give me
the
the
franchise
Dolphins.
they are, bro, they'd make the most idiotic. So like going back through when it comes to Dallas, um, Malachi Lawrence, he reminds me a lot of David Bailey as a now David Bailey put up ridiculous numbers in college. I'm not saying they're the same like the way they play is. I'm not saying they're the same who's like David Bailey's obviously a better football player right now than Lawrence is. They play the same way. They're not like super twitchy, bendy athletes. Lawrence is very fast with his ball get off and off the edge though. Like he doesn't have the same twitch and bend, but he's fast as hell with his feet and his ball get off and play recognition. He's got really good hands if you watch him at the senior day or whatever they call it, where all the draft prospects go up against each other, he was bullying people. He was tossing them around, getting by them, like no one could really block him. I think it's a good pickup. Our assistant D line coach right now was the head D line coach at UCF, so obviously he knows a lot about them. Probably why we had something to do with picking him. Our new defense coordinator Parker apparently was sending memes all day yesterday morning to Jerry Jones with Caleb Downs and Lawrence, saying that he wanted those two pretty much. And Jerry Jones surprisingly went out and did the right thing for once and got what his D coordinator wanted. I can't believe I'm saying that out loud. When it comes to Caleb Downs, I understand he plays safety, so obviously you're not going to draft him because of positional value. When it comes to the position they play at, he, in my opinion, for the past year now, has been the best player in the draft. Like you heard Nick Saban say when he was at Alabama, if he went to the draft as a freshman, he'd be a first round pick. Like this guy, since he showed up to Alabama as a freshman, has been a monster. Like his recognition, his speed, his tackling. Like there's nothing he doesn't do at a very elite level. And he's immediately going to come on and be the leader of our defense. He's going to be, what's he, 20, 21, 22, 20, and he's immediately going to be the leader of our team immediately because he has to be because that's how bad we were. Like he's instantly going to be a top 3 to 4 player on our defense. You know, you have Quinn Williams. Everyone else is really a question mark. Overshown hasn't shown the ability to stay healthy in the past 2 years, even though he's a great talent. Deron Bland sucks. So that's a good for them. The
Avion
NFC East,
Terrell, Avion Terrell is also paired with his brother now in Atlanta, so that's pretty lit.
wow.
That is pretty awesome.
So he's finally done falling. Okay, I thought he might have been that guy. That's again that Clemson team, man, just coaching malpractice. The NFC East won and lost the draft at the same times from a fan's perspective because the amount of talent that just got plopped into that division is unreal. We've always been one of the better divisions in football. It's not really an argument. I think our division combined has won the most Super Bowls recently, or we have 4 teams that all have won something. Um, Caleb down, you plop the 3 monsters from the Ohio State and you put them in there. Now, Caleb Downs was like the captain, then the Sonny Styles is right under him. Like that guy's a freak. Washington's gonna love having him on the team. Is Bobby Wagner still at Washington? So
What?
that so that's him having to learn under Bobby Wagner probably scares me even more now I know that. Um a thing that really pissed me off about last night is that the Chiefs just continue to just somehow nail the draft and get better every single year. You shouldn't be able to trade your best 2 corners, replace him with Mansour Delane, and then go get Peter Woods at pick 29.
The
Like that.
Chiefs play the NFL like I play Madden. Like I'm
And it's like they just do the sit like the players that drop to them that have talent, and it's the same thing the Eagles do. Like you guys do this very well. They've showed that they have a high level of talent, and they have produced at the college level at a high level. Like it's what you guys did with Cooper Jean and the fact that all those teams, like especially the Chicago Bears, didn't draft Jalen Carter when they needed, they should all be fired. The fact Ryan Poles still has such a problem.
we've been really lucky after, let's see. It's been a while since I've been sitting down and I'm like, all right, this guy's on the board still. Oh my God, this team's about to take him. And then this
They're
team
just
does
not
not take him. And I'm like, oh
taking
my God, he's ours. Like, we're not gonna mess it up. We're not gonna watch the team in front of us mess it up, and we're gonna do the same thing. The last time I can say that we messed up a pick, like in the early rounds,
Raiders.
was when not even after that. JOK, Jeremiah Owusu, whatever from the Browns, right?
Yeah.
It was like the second round, and we draft JJ Arthega Whiteside, and I'm pissed off.
Uh,
I'm like, bro, we need a linebacker, and this guy's supposed to go in the first
my
round.
my favorite part to look back on in that draft is I swear I was getting in serious arguments with Notre Dame fans that they thought JOK was better than Micah Parsons. That was seriously something that was going on. Now we look back on that now, and if you looked at it at that time, it was the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. It's still ridiculous now. I can't believe that was a real conversation.
Yeah.
Um, Now, like, I honestly think us drafting Caleb Downs is probably one of the best picks, like, if not the, because my thing with Caleb Downs is he would have 12% chance of falling to 11. He had no business being at 11. He was there. When we took Micah Parsons at 11, Micah Parsons was slotted to be there at 11. That's where people thought he was going to fall. Dallas just couldn't mess it up, which we didn't. When we took Ezekiel Elliott, it was also between, I would have rather, when I was a young kid at that day, I wanted Jalen Ramsey instead of Ezekiel Elliott, but they both turned out to be great players and they both were successful in their own ways with the teams they're drafted by. So you can't, but like this pick was not supposed to happen. I was praying all night that it would happen. From the second David Bailey went at 2, I figured that a slide could happen because I didn't think Arvell Reese was going to the Cardinals or Titans because I don't think they had that in their book of Arvell Reese being there for the Cardinals or the Titans.
CJ Allen just went to the Colts, by the way. Eagles are on the clock.
Oh, we're about to get a live reaction here. Um, the safety for
I feel like he's been one of the best.
What's wrong, bro?
the safety from Toledo.
You're so right. We're still about to get him.
No,
We're not. Don't
No.
mess this up, Howie.
no,
Don't mess this up.
no.
Don't mess this up. Don't mess this up. Come on.
This could turn into a really bad night if the Eagles draft this dude from Toledo because this guy's a stud.
This is like the obvious pick. We got to pair him with Quingon, right? Like that's the thought process here, right?
I just don't understand how Toledo keeps getting these freak ass athletes and not winning football games. I don't.
But I mean,
They're not winning because of the offense, but like, how are these dudes not hitting the transfer portal? Like, what's happening here?
yeah.
I don't get it.
But watching the midweek action, like we see why the Toledo Rockets don't win anything, and that's because their offense is horrid.
As TJ continues to wait on the Eagles pick, again, some things just make too much sense for terrible franchises. You had the guy that played in Miami and was dominant.
Yep. And they decided not to take him.
And Miami decides to take Caden Proctor, who wasn't supposed to go until pick 23 to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Not the biggest guy in the world.
Now, O-line is a problem, but I feel like there's a lot more problems because your O-line can be as good as you want. Malik Washington's the only guy that can get open on that field. So he's not going to have anyone to throw it. It's going to be like Drew Aller at Penn State. Just there's no one open for your O-line to matter how good it is.
Here at number 53. And
Watching the Rams draft Ty Simpson was unreal.
Yeah,
It was unreal. Like I wasn't too pissed off that the Eagles got Mekhi Lemon, but it's just the teams that didn't take Mekhi Lemon in front of the Eagles that really pisses me off. Like Vega Ione, I believe Penn State guard. I'm a Penn State guy. That guy is going to be a Pro Bowl guard. An all pro. Like he's a monster. A lot of people said he was the safest pick in this draft. The Baltimore Ravens have nobody to catch the ball. They have Zay Flowers. Cool. They just lost likely to the Giants. The Jets taking Kenyon Sadiq, I thought was
Again, if he can't cover, somebody forgot to tell him on this play. But he covers that about as well as possible. So one he's a run stuffer. He gets everybody ready. He makes the calls.
Oh my God.
I like it. I like it. I do like it. I do like it. I like it a lot. Like I really like it a lot. I like it a lot. I would have liked the safety, but there must be something wrong with him at this point if we're not drafting. I like it. And I can sense the Eagles. We have a very early third round pick. A very early third round pick. So if that guy is still there at pick 66,
all I'm going to say
happy.
is unless some freak injuries happen, Jalen Hurts has no excuse. He has a new offensive coordinator. He just got a stud tight end. He got a new shiny wide receiver to play with. His own line's restarting is healthy. He has Saquon. There is no excuse for him to put on what he put on last year on the football field.
And I don't think it'll be possible for him to even do such because first off, he's too hard of a worker for him to allow that to happen to himself 2 years in a row. He's going to find whatever he can do to make sure it won't happen. And especially, I honestly think that him having young guys with him will help him because he can teach them the way he wants them to be. Like, rather than, working with whatever you have. But
now,
I like that pick for us because he's explosive. And that's what we need in a tight. That's why
Really,
we're
really,
tight ends.
really explosive. Like him, because you guys still have Goddard, right? Like you
Yeah,
franchise him or something.
he's on
That's going to
a
be a
1
really
year.
good 1-2 punch at tight end. Because
Yes.
he's not. I don't believe Stowers is the best blocker, but like as a pure just pass catching tight end, like that guy's a freak.
Especially, oh my God, when we run our RPO set, bro. If we still have it, which we should, there's no reason you shouldn't be.
And if you let him like leak out like that or do like he's going to be much better at Goddard than that because of how quick he is. Like
Yeah.
Goddard, this puts Goddard in a situation where he can continue to do what he did so well last year, which is be your red zone threat. But Stowers starting from the 20-yard line and getting you to the red zone, especially in the middle of the field, much great, 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 great fit. And that pisses me off. I pray to let's see who's picking in front of you guys.
Was very possible before then because
If you guys get that safety in what's called, this is going to be a really good draft. And
Yeah.
that's a problem.
Pick 65 starts the next round. I'm pretty sure we are pick 66. I'm pretty sure we're pick 66, buddy.
and you've got Eli Stout. These are two players who are
God
in
damn, bro.
rhythm.
You guys are pick 68.
Pick 6, so third pick in the round.
And that is not
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts has been
So
entire career.
I think the Bears got one of the best picks. Obviously, replacing Jaquan Brisker with someone who I think will probably end up being better than Jaquan Brisker. If you turn on Dillian Thynum's tape, that guy's a freak. He had the pick against Penn State that made me want to break, like made me want to jump off a cliff, like break everything. Like we lost in overtime. Dillian Thynum, guy's a monster. I was hoping the Cowboys would get him if Caleb Downs wasn't. I'd hope that would be our pick of 20, but we got Caleb Downs, so that was no brainer.
Yes.
The Browns were questioned, but now the Browns taking 2 wide receivers and having a lineman. I'm questioning what holes do they have left besides their O-line.
This production at that point. I mean,
Where he's at.
they're still young offensively, and that's going to hold them back a little bit. But like, if you can preach not turning the ball over egregiously, they will be a 9-8 football team at the floor. Just because of defense.
And much better play calling and much better, like actually having a coach that cares about the quarterback that is going to be playing football.
Eagles got pick 68, like you said, and then we got another third round pick that's very late from compensatory. So I can see us going, if that safety is there, it should be a no brainer. But take the safety and then O line at the end of the third. That should be. I mean, I'll be okay with anything that happens after that, no matter what.
We know that he's not going anywhere obviously this year.
And this is also setting up for a Drew Aller pick. I'm sorry. If Drew Aller gets into the 4th round, I guarantee you he's a Philadelphia Eagle.
So
We'll trade back into.
let my Penn State fans speak here. For those people that don't know, I was praying that Drew Aller was going to be a Los Angeles Ram because that is the best system for him to go sit behind and learn for a year because he has a lot of similar traits to Matthew Stafford as a pocket passer, a dude with a flashy arm.
Second tight end behind.
He's going to be a better player when he gets drafted in the NFL than he was in college. Him being the best player in the class and deciding to come to Penn State was the worst decision he has ever made in his entire life. We failed him miserably. James Franklin's an idiot, and we had no good offensive play calling or threats around him to make him a good football player. So I pray and wish that he succeeds more than any player. Katron Allen. That's why I'm not happy with the Seahawks pick because who's playing corner over there? And there are running backs in this draft like Jonah Coleman and Katron Allen who I cannot believe are ranked where they're at. Like right now it says that
Timeout. The Eagles just got Jonathan Greenard.
that's been rumored this entire what'd you guys trade for?
The second third round pick we have, and then a third next year. And then we reached an agreement on a 4-year deal.
With Green?
Play that. That's what it felt like. Nobody told him when you get drafted,
Yeah.
the most important moment of your life, you're going to be fancy like this.
Oh, just freaking rebrand, man. Wash, rinse, repeat.
I don't want to play.
That is tough. As a Cowboys fan, like
I know a player that really liked this process.
from a completely just like talking about football standpoint, the Eagles can trade for damn near all pros in the world on defense. That's not my problem as a Cowboys fan. I just wish that the Eagles can lose to everyone else. That's what I'm wishing for because I hate the Eagles. So obviously, when it comes to the Cowboys, our offense is going to be electric like it is all the time. We just have to field a defense that is like top 20. But I'm not asking for a top 10 defense. I'm asking for one that doesn't give up 30 points per game. I feel like that's a simple asking. Like, I don't feel like that's too hard to attain.
Yep.
You guys only had to give up 2/3.
2/3. And then we signed him for a 4-year
So
deal.
then I'm guessing where are you guys getting this money from?
Well, I mean,
Playing at a high level.
the thing is, like,
Well, AJ Brown's also getting shipped out of town. He's on
all of our big contracts are nearing. Like, think about it, bro. Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Smitty just got like we do a good job restructuring and first off, our cap space right now is actually pretty good. It was like top 5, top 10. So like, as long as you just continue to like push the money back, bro, and just continue to do it at the end of the
I mean, at this point, the Cowboys and Eagles have by far had the best 2 drafts, like out of draft moves, because it seems like this linebacker is a really good football player for the Cow, and we need a middle linebacker. We've done nothing. Operation fix the defense. Every single player we take, unless they play the O-line, is on defense. Operation fix it. And then the Eagles just continue to flush away talent and bring more back in. Just doing the obvious. That's where I can't stand watching the NFL draft, is doing the obvious. Like, again, the Eagles getting Cooper DeJean after being, if you watched Iowa play that year, by far the best player on the field every single time. It's a lot of the stuff that happens is malpractice. And also to bring up another point now, because the second round is still actively going on. The Baltimore Ravens, again, made a good pick with Zion Young. That guy's a really good football player at the end. Who's catching the football?
Always. That's why they get ahead of
Here's refused, bro.
from the premium.
They must be all right. They have to be entering AJ Brown sweepstakes. Then they don't have a choice. They literally don't have a choice.
But you've seen what they're not going to be willing to give up a first round pick for, which at this point I'm starting to think is that, like, I think bare minimum you guys are getting a second for him. But the Baltimore Ravens, the Patriots will give up a first round pick because they're trying to win. They're desperate.
That's what I'm saying. That the Ravens need to stop being stingy.
Are they going to be? Do you want to win a Super Bowl or not? That's the point it gets at.
And like supply and demand here, bro. Like, there's no other wide. What are you going to go get Stephon Diggs? He's literally D-Hop, but worse.
If you pair AJ Brown with Zay Flowers, that is a duo that actually, when you put them next to each other, makes sense. You have a huge freak monster athlete, and then you have a speedy animal. Like, that's a great fit for them.
So their GM needs to stop being stubborn, because first off, you've already shown you don't want to spend a first pick on a wide receiver.
No.
So you already got a guy that is proven, who is an all-pro, and he's looking for a new start. He's going to be in the AFC, bro. Like, there's not much more you can ask for. He is a good blocker when he wants to be, which would be great for your team. Like, you guys need to stop being stingy and come get him.
Oh, damn. The Colts did take CJ Allen. So another linebacker off the board goes to the Colts. You did say that, right?
Yeah.
That's what he does.
I must have been in my talking stage or something.
Oh, you heard it, bro. You paused.
Actively, the Philadelphia 76ers are beating the Boston Celtics, by the way. So that will be a topic that I have to talk about. I told my old coach, DJ Long, shout out to him, that if the Philadelphia 76ers win another game, I will be making my own separate video on what the hell the Boston Celtics are up to and why they also, outside of their 1 year winning the NBA championship, cannot translate the same success, which I felt like the Knicks are struggling, yes. But this entire conference, I've been saying, this is why I'm going to be so pissed about winning the Hawks. The Celtics role players that played all year will not be able to play in the playoffs like they did all year, and they're showcasing it. The Detroit Pistons, outside of Cade Cunningham, cannot play the same way in the regular season like they did all year. This is setting up for the Cleveland Cavaliers to possibly have the easiest run. This might be James Harden's easiest chance he has of making the finals I've ever seen.
Now, listen to this, bro. So you said role players. The issue actually is not them. That is not the issue. The issue is the starting point guard, Mr. Derek White. That brother right there needs to be.
That needs to have
trash, bro.
Really, because he's played so good for them to not have, but he's shooting 20% again.
It's been awful. Like, Tatum's around his percentage, Brown's around his percentage.
Tatum and Brown are both playing good basketball right now.
And then Vucevic on the bench is giving them great minutes. Shireman's giving them great minutes.
Also-
Howard's giving them okay minutes.
I don't understand this is just one of the players where I guess he's flipped the switch when it comes to the playoffs. How are they constantly getting fried by Kelly Oubre? He's got 11 points right now. This is like damn near season high type performances that Kelly Oubre is putting up. He's got 11 points in the third quarter.
They're
Tyrese
like-
Maxey is 19 and Paul George had
Believe that
Adem Bona's got 9
You gotta
points.
say Adem, but then he's just fouling people. So I mean,
Adem Bona's got 9 points.
giving him great minutes, and then he's doing what he does best: freaking foul.
It's just like the Lakers are up right now. Kevin Durant's not playing tonight. The Lakers are going to win the series pretty easily. Austin Reeves was questionable, but is playing in this game. LeBron James is cooking early. He hasn't missed a shot. He's got 7 points.
Rui Hachimura also has not missed a shot. He's got 16.
Jabari Smith is playing really well. Actually, so is Sengun, but I guess they're not playing defense. So we'll be back with more content throughout the week. We will fully be starting the podcast. This was just an emergency episode because a lot of stupid things happened in the draft last night that we had to talk about that we didn't expect. And both of our teams succeeded at a high level in the draft last night. So we will be posting when we can make content. Right now, we're obviously both still in college taking classes, and TJ's got baseball going on. So a lot of stuff going on. But in the summertime, when things die down, we will start posting soon. Coming up soon, if LeBron wins the series, I will be making a video though on Instagram and TikTok. We're pretty much anywhere else.
Because he's the GOAT.
Because at this point, if he keeps doing the things he's doing, it's ridiculous.
Because he's the GOAT.
This has been the ATJ podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be seeing you.
Really good target.